Let us discuss today's important news headlines. Corruption Perception Index 2024 released. The India's rank out of 180 countries is 96. In fact, if you compare with the previous ranking, India's ranking was worsened. In Corruption Perception Index, they'll give points from 0 to 100. 100 is most perfect country, 0 is worst corrupted country. India's rank in 0 to 100 is 38 score. Overall ranking out of 180 countries is 96. If you see India's neighbors, Pakistan's rank is 135, Sri Lanka's ranking is 121, and China's ranking is 76, and the worst ranking in our neighborhood belongs to Bangladesh. The ranking is 149. And if you see Corruption Perception Index, in the least corrupted nation, the best nation, cleanest nation is Denmark, followed by Finland and Singapore. In 2024 Corruption Perception Index, CPA showed that corruption is a dangerous problem in every part of the world. But a change is required and change is happening in many countries. And researchers are also they are also concerned about corruption because it's a major threat to climate action. Corruption hinders progress in reducing emissions and adapting to the unavoidable effects of global heating. So, if you are corrupt, if your country is corrupt, it also hinders or obstructs your efforts to avoid climate change. The measurements of Corruption Perception Index are based on bribery, diversion of public funds, red tapeism, nepotism in appointments in civil services, legal protection for the people who report bribery, and access to information over public affairs. All these things are the criteria, and Corruption Perception Index is released by an international NGO called Transparency International. Transparency International will not deal with individual corruption cases. It deals with systemic corruption. It has national chapters in various countries worldwide. They will collect the information with respect to systems like banking, defense, finance, and other systems, and they will give the reports. Based on those reports, Corruption Perception Index will be released. In India, our Union Cabinet have approved the draft bill of Immigration and Foreigners 2025. Immigration and Foreigners Bill 2025. The draft was approved by Union Cabinet. The bill, it may be tabled in the Parliament's budget session itself. The bill could be introduced in the ongoing budget session of the Parliament to avoid multiplicity and overlapping of the laws with respect to immigrants, foreigners issues or related subjects, and to comply with the government's policies or simplification of the laws. The new bill, which is Immigration and Foreigners Bill, seeks to bring a comprehensive, holistic legislation to deal with foreigners, illegal immigrants, and other stakeholders. There is a need to repeal all the existing 4 laws with respect to foreigners and immigrations. There are 4 important laws with respect to foreigners and immigrations in India: Passport Act 1920, Registration of Foreigners Act 1939, Foreigners Act 1946, Immigrations Carriers Liability Act 2000. All these acts will be repealed because most of the laws are based on pre-independent India ideology. They were brought into extraordinary times of First and Second World Wars. Now we are going to have a new law which is called Immigration and Foreigners Law. We are aware of the tariff wars started by Donald Trump on China and other countries. India taking a precaution, being wary about that, India may cut tariffs on 30 items imported from US to prevent higher reciprocal tariffs. Earlier in Trump 1.0, Trump have actually blamed India that India is a tariff king. India is mindful of that. So now India is trying to cut off tariffs on 30 items imported from America. India is considering reducing tariffs on more than 30 items and increasing its purchases from American defense and energy products to prevent higher reciprocal tariffs from America. After Trump was victorious, India is also highly concerned about higher tariffs with respect to Donald Trump's administration. Donald Trump might levy higher tariffs on Indian imports, on Indian exports also, on Indian exports to America also. For that reason, India is now concerned about reducing tariffs on American goods. This report highlights that India has been working to avoid trade disputes with America. In the recent Union budget, the Government of India reduced import duties on a range of products, including electronics, textiles, and high-end motorcycles. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji co-chaired Artificial Intelligence Action Summit at Paris, saying that the world is at the dawn of artificial intelligence age. PM Modi called for collective efforts to establish a global framework for AI that upholds shared values addresses risks, builds trust, and ensures access to all, especially Global South. PM Modi also told that AI is shaping our polity, economy, security, and society. Co-chairing the AI Action Summit with French President Emmanuel Macron in Paris, Modi underlined the need for open source systems that enhance trust and transparency and building data sets free from biases. Modi ji also offered to host the next summit in India. Two-day AI summit at Paris concluded. The two-day Paris summit, which focused on rapid advancements in AI and the need for ethical and inclusive governance in artificial intelligence, got concluded. However, despite the broad support for international collaboration, key players such as America and UK refrained from signing the final statement. However, the key players such as America and United Kingdom refrained from signing the final statement. The 61 signatories, which included China, Germany, France, India, etc., emphasized the importance of AI being open, inclusive, transparent, ethical, safe, secure, and trustworthy, aligning with international frameworks. In his closing address, Emmanuel Macron, the French president, also warned that if we break the trust, AI is going to divide the world. Artificial Intelligence Declaration was signed at Paris, but America, UK, and big powers have not signed it. 61 countries have signed AI Declaration at Paris yesterday. There is a good news for women in Andhra Pradesh who are from STEM courses. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu garu announced work from home policy for women under Information Technology Global Capability Centers Policy 4.0. AP CM Chandrababu Naidu announced that his government plans to introduce work from home policies for women on a large scale under states' information technology and Global Capability Centers Policy 4.0. AP CM shared this new initiative through Twitter, that is X, posting that Andhra Pradesh is set to implement work from home on a large scale with a special focus on women. AP CM Chandrababu Naidu also conveyed his greetings to the women and girls in the STEM courses, Science, Technology, Engineering, Medicine sectors on the occasion of February 11th, International Day of Women and Girls in Science. Today we celebrate their achievements and commit ourselves to providing them equal and full access to growth opportunities in STEM courses. The TDP leader also highlighted that the work environment underwent a major transformation during COVID-19, with easy access to technology playing a key role in making work from home more prominent. Recently, Jordan King Abdullah II, met Donald Trump, American president, at White House. President Donald Trump told reporters at White House that he believes that US will have Gaza, citing US authority to claim the Gaza enclave. We are going to have it, we are going to keep it, and we are going to make sure that there is going to be a peace and there is not going to be any problem in Gaza. So in this respect, he requested the Jordan King. Jordan is a neighboring place to Gaza. The Jordan King to keep Gaza safe until America occupies Gaza. And also Donald Trump asked the Jordan King to accept the displaced people in Jordan, the displaced people at Gaza into Jordan. Otherwise, Trump also indirectly threatened them that they will impose sanctions on Jordan. Recently, the Chhattisgarh High Court have given a ruling that unnatural sex between a man and his adult wife is not an offence of rape, even without her consent. The single bench of Justice Narendra Kumar Vyas observed that the husband cannot be prosecuted for rape offence under Section 376 or Section 377 of IPC. Marital rape is still not a punishable offence in India. In this case, the Chhattisgarh High Court have said that if the age of wife is not below the age of 15 years, then any sexual intercourse or sexual act by the husband with his wife cannot be termed as rape under any circumstances, as absence of consent of wife for unnatural act loses its importance. So, even without wife's consent, if the husband have sex, if the wife is adult, then unnatural offence will not be attracted. Husband is not guilty of rape.